good? No? How long have you been out? Right, only. Hey guys, well the sun's just come out and I'm sat here on this old bridge. I presume it's an old rail line, but it's now a footbridge which is in the Wye Valley near Lydbrook. I'm sat here because I'm making my way towards an area where the film Shadowlands was partially shot, which was directed by Richard Attenborough and starred Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger. And it was a story about C.S. Lewis. And in the film, it shows Deborah Winger and Anthony Hopkins as the characters in the film. What were the characters? There was C.S. Lewis, obviously, and what was her name? Was it Jo? I think her name was Jo. She was an American writer who he had met prior to her getting cancer, 4 years prior to her getting cancer, and they had this wonderful relationship together. And in the film it shows them in this barn in a shelter during a stormy afternoon, and it also shows them looking down the Wye Valley, which was supposed to be the Golden Valley in Herefordshire, which is about 10 miles northwest from here. It is in actual fact Symonds Yat. But anyway, I'm here. This is what I call my Shadowlands walk, and it was a suggestion made by Sue, a friend of mine in North Wales. None other than That One Song on YouTube. Check out the link. So I'm here because Sue had mentioned that Shadowlands was one of her favourite films, and I said to her, well, you know, I'll walk the route for you, Sue. And so I'm here walking the route some weeks later, and it's one of my favourite spots. I've got the River Wye behind me here, stretching down towards Monmouth. It will eventually reach Monmouth, and the River Severn further beyond that. And I'm about probably 20 minutes from where Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger took that shelter. I've actually got the details on me, actually. I'll check it out. Right, Shadowlands. Yeah. Joy Gresham, not Joe, Joy Gresham, played by Deborah Winger. That's right, 1993. C.S. Lewis was born in 1898 and died in 1963, and he was born in Belfast. And he was a fellow and tutor at Oxford University. Supposed to be one of the most prolific writers of his day and an intellectual giant. So yeah, this is where they featured the film Shadowlands, or part of the film, in the Wye Valley. And I'll show you why later, because it's absolutely beautiful. It's amazing. Got loads of kayakers on the river today. There's hikers, there's fishermen. There's all sorts of people down here. Climbers, they're climbing the crags further on down. All the way down to the Severn, actually. So yeah, it's quite an outdoor mecca, is the Wye Valley. So right, we'll get on with it. And I'll show you the place where they took that shelter. And tomorrow, will be on Yacht Rock, the Symonds Yacht view towards the valley. Alright, take care. Well guys, and Sue, we're walking into the area where Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger took shelter in that dilapidated barn in the film in 1993. We are at the eastern edge of the meadow which featured, and we're looking west, and the river is flowing toward Monmouth. The barn is actually around the bend there, so we'll crack on, and we should be there in a matter of minutes. It's a beautiful sight, and the barn is now a holiday cottage, so let's get cracking. Well, here we are. It's really nice to see it. It really is. There's the cottage that was in Shadowlands. It's now a holiday cottage. You can see the front entrance. They both stood in that front entrance, if you remember, if you go back to the film. And in the film it was raining. There's a nice service track right through the valley here. We'll go up to the cottage, we'll have a look. Oh wow, that is the cottage. Isn't it wonderful, isn't it? It's so unusual to be in a place which was kind of immortalised on the silver screen, and to take a look at it now. To think that Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger were hanging around here for most of the day, if not the week. Probably a day or so, filming that sequence. Film crew all around in the Wye Valley. You can see some of the crags up there. It's a beautiful environment, beautiful place. So okay, let's press on and have a look at that cottage. Looks quiet enough. It's I'll just describe the woodland. It's broadleaf, mixed broadleaf woodland. There are pheasant everywhere, and It is a site of special scientific interest, so it is quite special. It's no wonder people take a holiday here. And the sounds are beautiful, wonderful. I can imagine staying here for a week, using this as a base to explore the Wye Valley, Golden Valley, Black Mountains, Forest of Dean. You could explore some wonderful country from here. I think they've done a really good job on this cottage. Look at this. So this is where Shadowlands was filmed. You can see people have often sat here on a nice day such as this. That's where the barn doors were, obviously. In the film, the barn was packed full of silage, I think, in the film, or hay. I can hear their voices, the echoes. He said in the film, right here, right in this spot, that he didn't want to waste any time. He wanted to live life in the moment. How very spot on, because that's exactly what we're doing when we come out and we hike and we adventure and we come out and see places like this and remember friends that we've not even met, such as Sue. I'm really happy to have come here today. I'm going to bivvy nearby. I'm going to throw up my tarp somewhere. I'm actually tempted to throw it up on this garden. I mean, there's nobody here. I mean, a great spot for a tarp. Right near the Shadowlands cottage. That would be really cool. Right, okay, I'm going to continue walking and no, in actual fact, I'm going to go through these gates and I'm going to take a closer look. And take a closer look at this cottage. I might have a sit down on this bench or the table. No, I think it's empty. I don't think there's anyone here. So here we are, Sue. This is the Shadowlands cottage, mate. This is where Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger were. Right in there, obviously, obviously it's a holiday cottage now. Right in there, right there, they were stood. And there were bales of either silage or hay there. It was a very different picture then. Wow, man, they've done a good job with this cottage. I suspect there's been many a happy hour spent here. Huh. Let's just put that there. Horseshoe for good luck. We'll put up for them, eh? They're facing down actually I was never taught to put the horseshoe down, but I thought it was always up. Oh yeah, the Shadowlands cottage, man, this is nice. Right in the White Valley. Or one of the valleys. Just having a look around the front. Some of the windows have been left open to air the place. But having said that, you know, there's some boots here, and what looks to be some fishing gear. And that's probably bait there, actually, to be honest, on the table. So I think people are possibly staying here for a fishing trip. Got a nice vibe. They've done the conversion really, really well, and you can see how old this barn was. I mean, check out the stones, check out the sandstone. It's well worn. Around the other side, the underside of the roof is populated by house martins. You can see a nest there. There's a fair few more on the other side, and I can see evidence that they have actually been shifted on, moved on. They've had some nests. At this side as well, there's another nest there. I remember as a kid, we used to have house martins nest each year, and we used to love them. We didn't used to touch them. We didn't used to knock them down or anything. Added character to the house. Always remember listening to them. Very active they were, very noisy, but a pleasure. Their company was welcome. Oh, I like this place. They've done a really neat job. When you consider what it was like in the film, it was a dilapidated old building in the film. So that's it, that's the Shadowlands cottage. Really enjoyed that. Now it's around 5:30 in the afternoon and I'm going to find a bivvy spot. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, that was great. Let's go.